Hey, hello everyone. Very good morning to you all. This is your trainer here, Jai Ganeshan, and I welcome you all to SphereSkill Technologies, which is empowering tomorrow's learning. So, on this session, we are going to see about DMARC, how to configure the DMARC record, and how to validate, and then how to verify and check whether the DMARC has been genuinely passed or not. This is going to be very important section, so please pay attention with me. And we have already seen what is SPF, that is your Center Policy Framework, and which is defined to send, which are the server is going to allowed to send your email, right? That is your SPF record. And yesterday we have seen about DKIM, that is your domain key identifying mail, so which will allow you to encrypt the mail by digitally signing the email, right? So what is DMARC, we are going to see. So if you guys have not seen these two section, then I will leave the card on the top. You please have a view of those things, because that is going to be playing an important role here, and then continue with this section. Okay, so let us get it started. What is DMARC? DMARC stands for Domain Based Message Reporting and Conformance. Okay, so what it does, it uses SPF record, that is your sender framework policy, and then DKIM to validate your domain. So because some other person having your domain, they cannot add these records because they will not gain access to your DNS, right? So it is very important to secure your hosting service providers DNS namespace. Now, if that is not been added, they cannot have these values in their records. So what happens when you add this into your domain namespace? The receiving body will identify your email is as a legitimate mail, and it is uh, uh, it will attract a less spam score. Okay, so now we will see how we can able to add the DMARC records, but we will see first what is DMARC, how do it functions. Okay, so let us see what is DMARC, how do it functions in a very easy method. I will keep you explain to you, so for your better understanding. So please do follow me and click subscribe, and click on the bell notification, so that you, whatever the videos which I post, you will get it as a notified to your inbox. And also click like if you guys found this information to be useful. Okay, so let us get it started. So what does DMARC do? It will check for SPF and DKIM. So we have already seen what is SPF and DKIM do. So when a sender sends the mail is been sent out of their mail server. It reaches to the internet, and from there it is being sent to the receiving mail server. That is your recipient mail server. As soon as the recipient mail server receives the mail, it will look for this DMARC policy. So what does this DMARC policy will have? This will inform what is the SPF record and what is the DKM records function has to be defined. So whether this has to be matched with SPF record, or it has to be matched with your DKIM record. If it is not being matching with these two records, so what it has to be done? So that is what we are going to see here. If it is not going to be matched, so it will fail. So we can able to configure either quarantine or reject. Okay, so if how to configure the quarantine or reject, we are going to see today. We will configure this DMARC and check how do it functions, and we will validate it. We will try to get the DMARC pass output. So once it is DMARC pass 100% yes, your emails will land it into your inbox. That is your recipient inbox. Okay, so we have seen how do it functions. What are the important factors which has to be considered when you are designing your DMARC, right? So we have seen quarantine and also reject. So what is quarantine? Quarantine means put this mail into suspicious. The recipient server will put this mail which fails into suspicious, and it will be in the quarantine queue. It requires some manual intervention to verify this is a legitimate mail, and they have to release it. Okay, so SPF is very important, and DKIM also very important. If you send out of this scope, then your emails are going to be quarantined. So who is going to decide this? It is like you are going to decide, means the sender party is going to decide how do this email has to be handled by the receiving party, right? So sender, as a sender, you will define what has to be happen if this mail fails with the mark record. So whether it has to be quarantine or it has to be reject. The more you reject the mail, the more you gain authenticity for your domain, because you are not allowing any spam mails or spoof mails to be sent on behalf of your domain name. So that is how this is going to be functioning. Okay, so we will see in practical today how we can able to configure this records. Okay, so we are in our admin panel and we are in our settings and domain. Okay, so in our domain we have our SphereSkill info. So as yesterday we have validated, we are not having a details for our DMARC records, right? So DMARC is not yet published. So we will once again validate it. So DMARC is not published even today. So we will update this DMARC record now, and then we will see how we can able to configure your DMARC record. So from Microsoft, as this domain is hosted in Microsoft, I have to update it in DNS record. Okay, so here I have already all my Microsoft related domains. Domain records. Okay, so this is the record which we have added yesterday, DKIM, and we have verified this record is been successfully sending the signed emails, right? So that portion we have completed yesterday. So we will add a record today. So how to add a record? We can click on the add record. So you will get all the type of records here, whether it is a text record or CNAME record or service record, MX record, all those things will be having here, and which will be in the least 1 hour of or half an hour of TTL. Okay. So we will first create the DMARC record. So to create the DMARC record, MX toolbox itself is having a DMARC record generator. Okay, so I will leave this link in the chat. Sorry, in the um, description. You can able to find it into the useful link section. So I will check for my domain, SphereSkill.info. Okay, so it has told like it is not having your DMARC record. So how to configure it? How do you want mail that fails DMARC to be treated by recipient? So whether you want to quarantine it or reject it. Okay, so first I will show you to quarantine. So when you add a quarantine, so here we are adding a parameter called P equal to quarantine, right? So first I will remove this. This is your DMARC record which you are going to set here, and what it does nothing. It is P equal to none. So that is the concept. When that is not going to do anything, perhaps the records are only being set. Now when you say I will quarantine the email, so quarantine is being happened here, right? So P equal to quarantine. So when you say I will reject this email which is being failed to send it, so P equal to reject. So today we are going to configure P equal to reject. So now on what percentage it has to be rejected, so that we have to see. So what email address should aggregate DMARC report to be sent? Okay, so we can add our email address, so in order to get the aggregate report. So by default, since we are adding it from MX Toolbar, their emails are being added, but we will add our email. So we have added our email. So would you like to receive forensic DMARC failure report? So what happens when there is a failure happens? Yes, there will be a forensic will be sent, which IP who was trying to send this information. So we can able to be aware what is happening and how do spoofing and spamming happening for our domain. Would you like to have MX Toolbox automatically process your DMARC report for analysis and delivery? So what percentage of email do you want to apply this for? This is what very important, guys. So what percentage? So as I told you initially, you apply it for 10%. You see here, so we got it 10% here applied. Okay, so but I'm going to apply for 100 percentage because I'm very sure I'm not having any other email which is going to be out of this Microsoft corporation, right? So here I have my SPF record and also my DKM records are being very well set and it is validated. Guys, don't go for this 100% if these two records are not being properly correct, and you will get emails not being delivered at all if you set up like this. Okay, so I am sure, so I am setting up with 100 percentage. Okay, so now we are going to see how do the reporting mechanism has to be sent. Okay, so in our upcoming session, once we get this report, I will show you how this report will be sent. Do you want a different DMARC policy for subdomain? No, I don't want a different policy. Reporting format, okay, ARF, it is been provided, and failure reports and optional. Okay, you get reports if anything fails. In that case you will get so many junk mails, so better don't use this. Okay, and get report if DKM failed, and then get report if SPF failed. Okay, so these are the two possibilities, and reporting interval optional. This value is in seconds. Okay, so by default it is like 86400, which is understood as a 1 day. So if you want to reduce this, then you can able to reduce it. Otherwise, you can leave it for 1 day. So whoever the mail body is trying to send or receiving email, they will send you a forensic report to you. So DMARC identifier alignment. See, now we are going to make it as a strict. Okay, so here DMARC alignment has come as strict here. Okay, so if what does this strict means? If this is not matching our DMARC record, do not accept mails. This is what we are going to inform to our receiver. Okay, reporting interval we have set. SPF identifier alignment. Okay, this is also strict. So if you know this DKM and this SPF records is 100% added, and that is the only server which is going to send the email, you can make it as a strict policy. If you say like no, I am not sure, any other mail servers also could be sending mails on behalf of my email server, you can keep it as a relaxed policy. When you keep it as a relaxed, you can see here, yeah, this one SPF has come across as a relaxed. When you keep it as a strict, it will become yes, right? So this is yes here. So this is what we are going to add. So what we are going to add, we are having to add DMARC. This is your prefix. In order to add, this will be a text record. Okay, so now we will come here. This is our text record. This is our prefix which I need to add. You don't need to add the full domain details here. Okay, only the prefix is sufficient, and then we are going to add the value. So value v equal to dmarc and then the total. So it is going to send a mail to jganeshan at sphereskill.info in case if any policy fails, and also as a daily basis forensic emails will be sent to this mail id. So this mails has to be carefully monitored because you have made 100 percentage, and in case if it is been not monitored, then it will be put across into a trouble for your organization, right? So we are going to set it across as a half an hour TTL, so that it will be a very early live. Okay, so once it is been set, we will validate if it is been available or not. Once it is available, we will send a mail and then we will test if our DMARC is passed. Okay, so that is what we are going to see in today's session. So now we have added our DMARC records here. Our DMARC, what does it says? We have created it, and this is been set to live. So we will see if this is being effective or not. So how to check it? So it is our regular practice, right? So we can able to come here and select our DMARC lookup, and we can look for our DMARC records and see if the DMARC is being validated or not. Okay, so where it is mail is going. So each and every component it has been broken and given as our specific details, right? So v equal to that is value, and p is what policy, and r is what receivers whom it is going to receive. Okay, that is RUA, and RUF is your forensic, and A is your aggregate report. Okay, and then FO is your forensic report. PCT is your percentage, and then ADKIM is your alignment module with your DKIM, and ASPF record will be alignment module with your SPF record. So we have put these two into our strict mode. So we have a complete DMARC green here, so which is being hosted with the Microsoft Corporation. So we will send one mail to Google and check if that mail is having a DMARC's validated status equal to true. Okay, so we are sending one mail, test mail for DMARC. Okay, so we will send this now. So once we have sent it, we can go to our Gmail and then check whether we have received our mail or not. Okay, it is not being sent yet. Just we'll wait for a couple of moments. Look at here, guys. So we got our email delivered to Gmail. So what does it mean? So our DMARC has been validated because DMARC has gone live. If this is not been validated by this time, Gmail will reject, right? So how to check that header value? Yesterday I have shown you how to show the original content of this email. So we will go to the content. So yesterday's record we were been having DMARC as failed. So if you want to see that yesterday's record, I will show you. So this is our yesterday's record, December 4th, 2025. What mail we have sent in that DMARC has failed, and today we have configured our DMARC record. We have seen each and every component of our DMARC, how it has to be handled, whether it has to be quarantined or it has to be rejected, and how it has to be rejected, how to get the DMARC record to obtain pass. So now we have made our DMARC record, we have passed this, and we got our email delivered into our inbox, right? So not only this, it will carry your ARC details also. So here, see here, this is the mail which is going to carry that details, right? So here also DMARC P equal to reject, SP equal to reject. This is coming from your DMARC record. See, your DMARC is been passed. So this is the header information of this mail. Okay, each and every email will have this header information. Who is your permitted sender, whether you are authorized and allowed to send this email or not. So this is going to be checked by each and every receiving body. Not only that, there are so many bodies are going to monitor this email in order to ensure you lie within the spam score. So if your score increases, then automatically your mail will go and land it into a junk, right? So doing so, it is a very good practice. Once you obtain 100% ratio, I am very sure like your emails are going to be landed only in inbox, not in spams. So this is my statement, guys. Please mark it. Please practice it. Bring your DMARC to 100% reject. As soon as you bring to 100% reject, irrespective with your IP address and your domain reputation, you will start at gaining slowly. Your emails will land it into the inbox, right? Thank you for watching, guys. Hope this is very informative to you. So if you found this to be informative, please do like and subscribe, and do forward this to your friends who are really looking forward for fixing their email problems. And you can also leave me a comment so that I will revert to you, and we can able to sort out all your email deliverabilities related issues. And we have come to end of this series. So we have configured from the scratch Outlook Office 365, and we have also configured our SPF record. We have configured our DKIM record, made the email to digitally sign, and also carries the weight where your spam scores will be coming less, and we have configured our DMARC record through which we have made a DMARC to be successfully passed and made sure like this email will land it into inbox. So thank you for watching. So we will have one more session in which what is the good practice. We will have a clear understanding. With that, with the email deliverability series, we will come to an end. We will start a new series next with Office 365 administration. So stay tuned for that. Please click subscribe and click on the bell icon so that each video which I post, you will get it as a notification to you. So you will not miss any of my tutor session. And do follow me on my Facebook and in my website. So we have so many courses hosted, and so many trainers are being onboarded. So you guys will have a lot of fun here. Good to learn new lessons every day, right? So thank you everyone. And this is me, Jay Ganeshan, signing off for today. I will see you by tomorrow. Thank you.